Yo, it's your boy Marcus from Western back with a video. Today we're going to be talking about why COD Mobile shouldn't have large scale PvP modes. And we're going to kind of discuss this in a light that I guess more people will understand, not necessarily in a way that they just flat out can't do it. Um, so let's think back to Warzone Mobile's release, right? When Warzone Mobile was coming out, the big selling point was it was going to be nothing but real people on the map, right? Every other mobile BR ever made is going to have AI bots somewhere on the map, right? There's going to be a handful of them, not really a handful, half the map is going to be full of them, right? Just to make lobby queue times faster and make the game flow better. You know what I mean? So you're going to have a lot of AI people on the map. And Warzone Mobile was supposed to change that, right? It was supposed to be nothing but real people on the map, but the queue times would obviously be significantly slower with that because you'd have to wait for 100 real people to all get into the same server. That's going to take a lot of time. Now, with that being said, that is something that can't necessarily happen with COD Mobile. It could, right? COD Mobile was a very widely played game. I mean, if there's a game that could do it, it's probably COD Mobile. But man, you see how this game mode plays, right? This is literally just shipment 10v10. And the other team's nothing but AI. Like, there's two real people in this game. Look how laggy this will get at certain points in time throughout this gameplay. It lags like crazy. Could be me now. Could be my internet connection. But imagine a whole lobby of people with my quality internet connection. You know what I mean? They're going to be lagging all over the place in a big PvP setting. Like, that sucks, man. You don't want that. So, I feel like, you'll never really see COD Mobile go to a point where it's like more than however many people they have that are real on a map at a single time, right? In DMZ, I believe there's how many real teams on the map, right? Like 6 at most, right? 3 spawning on one side of the map, 3 spawning on the other side of the map, and they have to exfil on opposite sides. So, you know what I mean? That's like 3 teams, or a team has 3 people, right? And there's 3 teams on each side, so 18 real people. You know what I mean? Like, that's how that kind of works out. And BR kind of has about 18 real people when you're talking about like how many real teams are on a map in a given squads game of like Rebirth, and then maybe a few more like Blackout or Isolated. But like, you kind of see what I'm saying? Like, they can't have that many people on the map. It just flat out doesn't work sometimes. You know what I mean? It lags it out. And I just feel like when you're looking at other mobile games, right, that are kind of coming out, you've seen a lot more. What's this big thing nowadays on the console PC sides, like extraction shooters, right? Which is not really what I'm talking about, but that's kind of what DMZ is supposed to be. I'm thinking more like, I played Delta Force, I believe it was called. Yeah, Delta Force Mobile, I believe. I made a video on it. And they had like a big 32 versus 32 size map, like Ground War, if you played that back in the day. I believe that was even in COD Mobile on like Memos Island, where it was called. And like that kind of map mode, that many people, it just doesn't play right. I feel like we really wouldn't see that kind of thing coming into COD Mobile in that degree. And I think other games, like, what's another game that I'm missing? There's one, maybe Battlefield, like a Battlefield type thing. There's another one, man, I'm forgetting what it's called. It's not Battlefield, but where it's like the entire map is like the war zone. You know what I mean? Like, it's insane. I just feel like with COD Mobile, we kind of are pigeonholed into what we have now, especially with the introduction of this DMZ mode. Like, what is kind of the expansion of the game going forward? Like, is there expansion, or are we just kind of like, we have what we have and this is what we are? Like, this is what COD Mobile is now. It's kind of interesting to think about, right? Because they don't do anything with zombies, so that's a mode that's in the game that they haven't even touched. Like, there's been no progress made in that specific area of the game, and then like they're doing so much to these other parts of the game. You know what I mean? So I don't know. This just kind of turned into a random COD Mobile question sesh, but I just, this stuff kind of popped into my mind. I was just like, man, I'm playing this 10v10 game and I never play it, right? I just decided to hop into it because I thought it was on shipment 1944, not the OG shipment, which I'm on OG shipment for some reason. I'm all for 2019, which is not OG, but you get my point. And I just this kind of popped into my head. You know what I mean? Like, why am I so laggy? And I thought that was because it was 10v10 and there's a lot of real people. There wasn't any real people. It was me and one dude on my team. That was all the real people on the map in this game. You know what I mean? It's just like, I don't know. Anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. What you're thinking about COD Mobile going forward, and just what do they do overall? Like, what's something you want to see done with this game, from a modes perspective, right? Like, I don't think we ever get like a ground war. You know what I mean? Like a real ground war game mode, like what we already had, and that special map that was made for. I think was it Memos Island. I'm pretty sure is what it's called. Like, that might be the most we ever really see. Probably take off parts of the BR maps and make that into a ground war map. That's about it. Like, I don't really see them doing anything big with that kind of thing. But that's just how I'm looking at it. That's how I see it. There might be people out there who don't agree, and you see them actually doing something crazy. Look at that lag right there, buddy. Oof. Yeah, I'm just interested to kind of figure things out going forward with how this game is kind of progressing, right? I think it's going down a path that's not necessarily what we all expected, and it's kind of, the variants and the changes being made is kind of, deterring people from enjoying the game maybe to the degree that they would want to. And that's just my opinion. That being said, thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications if you want to. Go ahead and drop this class setup right here for you guys. If you haven't seen my MG42 class setup, they are releasing, I believe, a free legendary for this next season, if my memory serves me right. So you'll be able to get a pretty solid version of this gun. But thanks for watching. It's been your boy Marcus Omorsini. I'm out of here. Peace.